Hey, what's up? Hello, Super Simps, and welcome back to another episode of SimplyPodLogical, a simply nailogical podcast.
The Super Simps are back.
The Super Simps. Super duper Simps.
What about the Sock Squad or the Menchie Gang?
That's the stream thing. Super Simps is the podcast thing.
Okay.
It also makes people very uncomfortable sometimes, I think. Okay. Today, Cristine, we're going to play a game. I'm not here to joke around. We're here to play games.
Do you want to play a game?
Saw. We're playing Saw. The door's about to shut in this room.
Shut up.
No.
People... And the key to the mic is in your chest.
People got a kick out of... I think we've done a couple episodes now that have revealed that you know very little about popular entertainment, pop culture, let's say.
I'm not well entertained.
We've specifically done this about movies, because I guess you just don't see any mainstream or popular movies.
Star War. Nope.
Nope. The Star War.
The War of the Stars.
So we thought we would broaden the scope a little bit and do a pop culture quiz for Cristine to see if Cristine sucks at pop culture.
I love education, so I'm on board with learning something today.
Yeah, very important knowledge. And I guess a little shout out to the, I know Jenna and Julian used to do this back in the day because Julian was terrible at like differentiating between like he thought like every actress was Sandra Bullock. You know? So yeah, I think along a similar line, I think we're curious to see.
Except I'm the one who doesn't know shit. How come you know shit? Why do you know more about pop culture? Like, that's weird to me. I think you do. I feel like you do.
I don't think I'm some pop culture junkie either.
I see you watching Twitter, you know, more than me.
Watching Twitter.
Turn
on the Twitter.
I go on Twitter to, like, reply to people or, like, Holo Taco stuff. I don't go on Twitter to find out what celebrity is dating who or whatever.
Okay, well, let's see if Cristine knows what celebrity is dating who. I've just compiled a bunch of questions, some random trash websites across the internet.
What do I win?
It definitely has a bias towards just what I thought was maybe interesting because it's a mix of like modern, but also things that like we might know from our adolescence. What do you win? You win nothing.
Pop culture princess queen title, something like that.
You win some of Simply's picks from David's Tea.
I do?
The link is down below.
This mug? This mug is on my page?
There probably should be some sort of celebrity tea integration type thing here. Anyway.
Celebrity. That's me.
Okay. This mostly might be just like a test of how bad a job I did of picking pop culture questions.
No, we have faith in you. Quiz me, Ben. Quiz me, Ben.
But it will be a reflection of what like I think pop culture is.
Okay. All right. So it's a biased quiz.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Play along now, everyone.
All right. You ready? I got 27 questions.
27.
So
Jesus
don't.
Christ.
I know how long Cristine likes to take her time.
I only have an hour here allotted
you do?
to my schedule.
What, you got somewhere to be?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 1. What was the name of Ross Geller's pet monkey on Friends? Famous TV monkey.
I'm getting exposed.
Friends. Did you watch Friends, Cristine?
Sometimes, but I didn't follow every episode. Don't kill me, don't kill me. Like, I know Rachel and Ross, and I know their whole story. I know he had a monkey, but I don't remember its name.
How could... The monkey was the most... That would be pretty amazing.
Wait, was it Mr. Magoo? No.
Mr. Magoo?
I don't know why I'm thinking that.
That's something
Is that from, like, Mr. Bean? That might be from another show. Never mind.
Well, let's just keep rolling with this stream of consciousness. Mr. Bean? Mr. Magoo?
No, Mr. Bean was the main character, and then he had a monkey. I thought it was Mr. Magoo. I could just be I'm totally making this up.
Wow.
Never mind. Okay, I don't know.
So you remember there was a monkey?
Yes, he wore red, I think.
I think it was kind of a controversial thing. And in retrospect,
to
even
have
like
a pet monkey,
having like some animal on set of a sitcom for entertainment is pretty fucked up.
I mean,
honestly.
Friends, now that people are looking back, they are looking back on a lot of things that we would not do.
That's true. That show has a lot of like undertones of like homophobia in some of the jokes between the guys, I think.
But so did a lot of shows at that time.
Yes.
Things definitely haven't aged well. And I think a lot, just like that's universally agreed upon.
Okay, is that your final answer?
That
Mr.
I don't
Magoo?
know. No, I don't know the monkey's name. I don't know the monkey's name.
Little boy Ben, watching Friends back in the 90s, I cried my eyes out when there was an episode where he gave the monkey up.
Oh.
I can't remember the storyline exactly. I think like
So
it was
you
going to like
related
a
to it?
sanctuary. What did I relate to? I didn't have a pet monkey, but I
You,
thought it was
you did.
so...
You had 20 pet monkeys.
I remember crying at Ross losing his pet monkey.
Okay, what was the name?
Marcel.
Marcel. Okay, that sounds familiar now.
Yeah.
Marcel.
Marcel. Okay. 0 out of 1.
But like, the only people who know that answer are like 30-year-olds who are obsessed with Friends.
I don't decide what pop culture is, Cristine.
Okay, next.
All right, question 2. What is Lady Gaga's real name?
Fuck. I've seen it. Stephanie?
Oh. I was about to say chat. Viewers, does Cristine have to get every one of her names or just one of them?
Just one of them.
You know what? Okay,
Come on.
I will give you a point for that because it's
Okay.
Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanotta.
Okay, how the fuck was I gonna remember that? But I knew it was Stephanie. Yeah.
So you're not a little monster. Are you a fan of Lady Gaga? Are you goo for Gaga?
I mean, I think she's cool, and she has done a lot for people in the last decade of her being around. I think she's
done a lot for people.
Yeah, she's been like a positive voice for LGBTQ plus communities. So I think that's good.
Okay.
I mean, like she's obviously talented. I feel like I don't even need to say
Yeah,
that.
yes. I guess I
She's
didn't expect you to
multi-talented,
answer
yeah.
that deep. I was just asking if you liked her music. But yeah, if you think she's just a good person, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Gwen
Stephanie.
Stefani.
Nope, different person.
So they're the
I
same
knew
person.
that.
Gwen
No
Stefani,
doubt.
Lady
No,
Gaga.
different person.
Have you ever seen them in a room together?
Why? No, what? No, why would I be there? Shut up.
Question 3. What actor turned down a whopping $110 million offer from NBC to film a 10th season of this popular sitcom?
I'm just thinking of Grey's Anatomy, but
Was
that's
it-
probably not it. That's
Was
not
it Patrick? What's his name?
Was it Patrick Dempsey? No, he became a race car driver.
Well, did he turn down $100 million from NBC?
No, he did other movies after Grey's Anatomy, so I don't think it was that. Was it that? Was it Patrick Dempsey?
I don't know.
Shut up! It was not.
I'm the proctor. You're the quiz taker.
I don't know.
What are giant
Yeah.
sitcoms in history?
Like, is this like an old sitcom like Cheers, or is it like something still ongoing?
Well, are any sitcoms today popular enough to even justify those sorts of prices? That salary,
so
I
you're
guess
saying
you'd
it
say?
was an old one? I don't
I
know all
can't
the
give you
old
hints here.
sitcoms.
What are some of
I
the
don't
most
think
popular
you know.
sitcoms ever?
Friends.
Uh-huh.
Rachel. I mean, Jennifer Aniston. Was it her?
Is that your final answer?
Oh, yes.
The answer is Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh.
Mm.
This is too old for me. Can you give me some like Gen Z shit? Like,
Did you never watch Seinfeld?
I've seen a few episodes, but I didn't follow every single episode. You know, like I wasn't a super stan.
Yeah,
But, like, I
that's
know what Seinfeld
But it was
is.
a big deal when that show ended because it ended as like it was the most
Yeah.
popular show on television when they decided to
What
end
did
it.
he turn down? What role?
According to this random website, what role?
Yeah. Like
He was the star of the show.
no, but didn't he turn down a movie? Or you're saying he turned down
No,
the
they
sitcom?
wanted him to film another season of the show.
Oh, sorry, I misheard it. I thought you said that he turned down
To
doing
film a
$100 million.
10th season of the sitcom.
Okay, got it.
So they went out on top. Larry David, actually the co-creator, had resigned for... He wasn't working at least the last season. And I think they brought him back for the big finale. What's interesting about that show, though, is like salary was always sort of an issue with the actors of that show because Jerry was incredibly well off. He was co-creator of the show. Elaine, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, is from like a billionaire family. So she
Yeah.
never really cared about the money. So there's always tension with the cast of George and Kramer, Jason Alexander and Michael Richards being the ones who actually like had to negotiate for money and no one else really cared as
That
much.
show was so successful on 10 seasons. And
Yeah,
yet,
or 9, right? They rejected the 10th. But
Okay.
yeah, it's maybe the best sitcom ever, in my opinion.
are you sad when it ended?
No,
Are you
I
mad?
really
Are you mad
respect.
at
I
Jerry?
respect that they went out on top, and I think it's maybe one of the most brilliant last
Hmm.
scenes of a sitcom ever because they're sitting there in jail. Spoiler alert.
I mean, it's old now.
They're sitting there, and George and Jerry have a conversation about like where the button should be placed on your shirt because it's like it's the second button like makes or breaks the shirt. Like it can't be too high or too low or something like that. And Jerry just goes like, "Haven't we had this conversation before?" And it's one of those like mundane conversations they had in like one of the first scenes in the very first episode of the show. So it was their way of saying like, yeah, we've just kind of done it. We've done what we wanted to do here. Like, we don't want to just get to a place where we're just repeating the same jokes.
A nice written bookend.
Yes. And now you have Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is an amazing show. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
That was a tangent.
I'm getting so much education. I feel like I've heard this or you've told me this before, but now I'm like remembering again.
Have we had this conversation before? So. All right. Question 4.
Are you taking score?
Yes.
So
you have 1 point out of 3 for Stephanie.
Okay.
For the little monsters.
Okay.
Question 4. What did Kylie Jenner name her baby?
Stormy. With an I.
Oh, wow. You were quick on that one. Look at you.
You cannot go on the internet and not know that answer. It's fucking everywhere.
Did she create
Stormy
a whole
this, Stormy that. She has
brand?
a makeup line, or she has an entire brand now called, I think it's called Kylie Baby. But like the word Stormy is just everywhere. I know she came out with the Kylie
Baby.
Cosmetics palette, like makeup for older people, but
makeup.
called it Stormy, like after her kid.
It's makeup for babies.
No, that was makeup for adults. But she also
Adults that
later
want to look like a baby.
No. She also later came out with Kylie Baby, which is soaps for your baby or something like that.
She has a line of soaps.
I don't know if that's probably more than soaps.
All right, question 5. Oh, you got a point.
Yeah, I do.
Question 5. What words does Post Malone have tattooed under his eyeballs?
My eyes hurt thinking about
I
it.
know. Who would get
I don't
face
know.
tattoos, by the way?
I mean, I know he has so many tattoos all over his face. That's the first thing you see, but I don't know what words they are. I guess I didn't study that.
I guess that is a lot less taboo these days.
Is it like obvious? Like if you look at his face, can you clearly read it? Or is it like you have to really
I think it's
get
written
in there?
kind of in cursive. Like
Okay.
I had to look up what it was. I
Okay.
could picture his face has tattoos, but I
Is
didn't
it a
know.
song lyric?
No, I don't think so.
I'm trying to think. What's his most famous song? I can't remember.
Just
I
give us
know
a guess.
Post Malone when I hear it, but I
Uh-huh.
don't know all of them.
Well, what do you sing about? What might he put on his face?
Like depression and money or something.
That's a good guess.
Money is depressed. I don't know.
It says always tired.
Same.
Yeah. And he explained to GQ magazine, it says always tired because I'm always tired.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. You know, we love a relatable celebrity. Always tired.
Relatable king. Are you a fan of Post Malone?
I've heard his stuff. I think he's incredibly talented. But I feel like I know of things, but I don't follow a lot of things super closely. You know what I mean? So like I feel like
It's pretty specific. You have to know your stuff.
I
to
know who he
his
is. I've
face
absolutely
tattoos.
heard his music, and whenever he's dropped something new, like I've definitely listened to it.
All right, let's jump all over the place. Question 6: how many Harry Potter films are there?
Oh, shut up.
This is pop
films?
culture, right?
I don't even know the answer for books.
Oh, you could give me either.
I don't know the answer for books.
I think the only difference is they split
Fucking
the
like
last.
18 million.
They split the last book into 2 movies, I think.
Okay, well, that's a trick then. I don't know, 8? I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Is there 8?
Yeah, there's 8.
I
Wow.
win a point. She gets a point.
Christine gets a point. I think that's the correct answer. Although I just pulled this from a website. I'm not sure if they properly split the last 2 into 1 or 2. But
I'm so smart. I haven't even watched any of those
I have
movies.
8 written down. Hey, how about this? I'll give you bonus points if you could name as many of the movies as you could think of.
I know them because I've seen them. The Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay. That's okay. A second point. Okay, there's 7 more to go. That's it? Also,
Hogwarts.
even that one is, I think, technically the Philosopher's Stone.
The Hogwarts Initiation. Hogwarts Haven.
Hogwarts.
Havoc at Hogwarts.
Hazing at Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
You don't know any other?
I don't know. Harry falls in love.
That would be good. That would be more interesting.
Sorcerer's Stone. Oh, that's what I said. Right?
Yeah, you can't just say the same one 8 times.
I don't know any
You don't
more.
know any others? let me try. Let me try.
You know?
Chamber of Secrets.
Okay, I don't fucking know that one.
Prisoner of Azkaban. Goblet of Fire.
Isn't that like a Lord of the Rings thing?
Deathly Hallows.
Oh, I have heard that because people would say hollows.
Did I say Chamber of Secrets already? Okay, so I only know 5 because you already said Philosopher's Stone.
Have you watched any of them? Sorcerer's Stone.
I read.
Get it straight.
I think in the UK it was philosophy. I think they dumbed it down for Americans.
We couldn't be philosophers.
It sounds too smart. I read up to I read Goblet of Fire, and then I was like, I don't actually like these books.
What number is that?
I think the 4th.
How old are you? 14.
Grade 9 or 10, I guess. Mm-hmm. So what are you, like,
and then
13, 14?
You grew out of it.
I remember reading like Lord of the Rings around that time instead, and I just liked that a lot more.
Okay.
Anyways.
So do I get a point? I do. I got 8.
You got 2 points.
I got 2 points, bitch.
There you go.
Harry.
Harry Pothead. Question 7. What musical artist is currently facing multiple lawsuits for failing to provide a safe environment for people attending his concert and continuing to perform while attendees were being crushed?
Astroworld, Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
That's hard to miss. Obviously, that's in the news.
That
I feel like the only reason I
mainstream
even learned
news.
about him was because of this.
Yeah,
I did not know.
You did not know he existed before this.
I was aware through all the Kylie Jenner media that she had a partner who she had a child with, and there was some tension there. I didn't really remember their name, but I was just aware that they were a big rapper, but like I didn't follow.
Yeah, seems like a pretty terrible person, eh?
Okay, is that... All right, next question.
Okay, what? Like, I don't think that's controversial.
Okay, yeah, it's not controversial. We don't know anything.
Yeah, we know he continued to perform while people were like,
okay, yes.
dying
I
at his
didn't mean
concert.
that. I didn't mean that. I don't want to talk about it.
I mean, he's claiming he didn't know it was happening, but I have a lot of trouble believing that. He was literally watching people in the crowd being pulled out unconscious.
Yeah, I saw that. All of it is awful.
And the guy had a history of encouraging violence at his shows. Like,
I saw that too, and some of his lyrics even were questionable.
I mean, a lot of people have violent lyrics. Doesn't translate into real life violence. But to like interrupt your show to be like, hey, ignore security and crash the gate. They can't stop you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're just asking for a disaster to happen at your shows. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Next question. 8. Can you name any film by Quentin Tarantino? I'll give you points for every movie you can name.
He's like the most popular director. Kill Bill.
Okay, that's 1.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
That is 2. I'll give you. There are 2 different films.
Fuck, what was that one we watched about like after Hollywood or something?
After Hollywood.
Hollywood Sunset. No, Hollywood.
You're really close. Hollywood is in the title.
Yes.
About Sharon Tate, the reimagining of the Tate murder.
That one. Yep, that's the one.
I'll get Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I'll give you that one. You were very close.
Okay.
That's it. That's okay.
I don't remember.
What's his most famous movie? Bruce Willis, Uma Thurman, before Kill Bill.
Die Hard. Wait, no. Stop laughing at me.
That's good.
That's not Uma Thurman.
That's good.
I don't know.
No. Christopher Walken. My father had this watch up his ass.
What?
No, you don't know what I'm talking about? Okay.
No.
Okay, Pulp Fiction. I'm not giving you the point, but I'll tell you. Reservoir Dogs was also...
John Travolta.
John Travolta was...
Yeah, you should have told me that clue.
If I told you John Travolta, you're thinking Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Because of the dancing with Uma?
No, just because...
Just because of John Travolta?
Yeah, it's the only thing I think of.
All right, and what are we leaving? Hateful Eight, his worst film, in my opinion. No?
I don't remember that.
Django Unchained. We saw that, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah? Okay. I'm missing a few, too. I don't know.
Okay, how many points did I get?
I think I'm going to give you... I wrote down 3. Yeah, we gave you Hollywood. Okay. You got 3 points there. Okay. Question 9. What movie has the best-selling soundtrack of all time?
Why are these all about movies? I'm so much better with other things.
Okay, we're going to get off movies soon.
Okay.
I think that's the last movie
Which movie has
question.
the best-selling soundtrack?
Uh-huh.
Twilight.
What was the song from Twilight? Can you name a single song?
Evanescence? I don't fucking know. Like,
Wake me up.
well, actually, I don't even know if that's true, but just
don't
like
think it
that style of music.
Like emo,
Yeah, sad.
gothic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Twilight.
Is it an older movie?
It is an older movie.
I don't know old movies.
I'll even give you the actress.
Give me a hint.
Whitney Houston.
She was in a movie?
Yeah, and she's saying...
Well, obviously, then it makes sense that her soundtrack would sell the most because she's literally a singer.
And it's really based off, like, one song.
I've never seen
no
a
idea?
movie with her.
It's called The Bodyguard. But it's probably better
I've
known
never heard
for...
of that.
It's I Will Always Love You, right? I think it's from that movie.
I know that song, but I didn't know it was the soundtrack for the movie, and I don't think most people would.
It's a little dated, you know? I won't lie.
Stop
That's
with
kind of
these
an old
trick
cut.
questions.
Well, okay, tell me, what's the best movie soundtrack ever in your
Armageddon.
opinion? Okay. Because of Aerosmith.
No, because there's a piano song on there that was part of the score, and it's amazing.
That's really specific.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't want to miss a thing.
No,
I don't want to
care
close.
about that,
You don't?
No, there's no lyrics in my favorite song on the Armageddon soundtrack.
So it's just a piano.
Yeah.
Okay. Armageddon.
If you're lucky, I'll play it for you one day.
From instrument, I like Interstellar has a good score that worked really well with
Ever
the
since
movie.
watching Interstellar, I've noticed like the same melody in other movies.
Yeah, the do.
And also in trap music songs. Like in dance music.
Yeah.
I have an auto
You listen
playlist.
to a lot of trap music.
Yeah, but I have an auto playlist that just kind of picks similar, beats that I usually listen to when I work out. And there's so many of them that have played on the Interstellar theme as like the bass melody, but made it like dance version. It's
That's
really good.
interesting, Yeah. Also, shout out to Drive with Ryan Gosling.
yeah,
Another
that was
great
good too.
movie soundtrack.
Yes.
All right, 0 points for you. 10. Who was the winner of the first season of American Idol?
Kelly Clarkson?
Ding, ding, ding. Bonus point if you could name the runner-up.
Clay Aiken?
I know who that is.
Was it?
I think he won another season of it.
Justin. I don't know his last name.
From Justin to Kelly. They came out with a movie after.
Yeah.
I'll give you that because his last name is like Guarini.
Okay, no one knows
No
that.
one remembers that. But yeah, I don't think people listening to this probably don't understand, unless you are as old as Cristine and I, how big a deal American Idol was. It was before the internet before television was as fragmented as it is today, with everyone just like their different streaming services. Like if you went to school the next day after American Idol, like everyone would be talking about American Idol.
But I think the reason it was so important was because like right now, today, we already know that based on the internet and YouTube and streamers, we understand that anyone, doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, could become really popular. We get that now. But 10, 15 years ago, that was not a thing, especially in like celebrity culture. So to watch literal like nobodies is what they were presented as, get up on stage and win this kind of competition, broadcast worldwide, was the first time I think in like multimedia that people got inspired. They're like, oh my God, nobodies can become somebodies really big, really quickly.
Yeah, and like it was around the same time as Survivor, I want to say. So I feel like American Idol and Survivor both really tapped into something enormous.
Yeah,
And
but Survivor, you had to like live on a fucking island for 60 days. With American Idol, it was like, are you an amazing singer? There you go. You win.
Yeah, I get it, but I think even Survivor, though, and on a similar lines, kind of like turned normal people into celebrities overnight just from like competing on a game show in a way that like normal game shows didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like, and with those two shows, like people still just watch network television. So again, it was just so universal that like everyone around the water cooler the next day is just talking about those things.
I never stood by a water cooler. Did you?
You've never had a conversation by a water cooler?
Nope. I have my own water bottle.
Well, that's why you know nothing about pop culture. All right, question 11. Here's a little more.
Wait, I got a point, right?
You got 2 points.
Make sure you record them.
Question 11. What celebrity couple recently split up, announcing on social media, quote, "We've decided to end our romantic relationship, but our love for one another as humans is stronger than ever"?
Isn't that what everyone says? That's
a pretty
not very
generic
specific.
Very recent celebrity breakup.
Very recent.
People thought they were pretending to be a couple just to get media attention.
Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I'll give you 2 points for that.
Because there's 2 people?
He's Canadian, right?
I think so.
Wasn't he I don't want to get into this. Like James Charles like harassed him by like flirting with him on stuff, and he complained about it in the media. Do you remember this?
No.
Kind of feel bad for the kid. Anyway.
Is he a kid? He's like old.
He's not that old.
Shawn Mendes?
He's
I
one
thought
of
he was
those.
like 25. I could be wrong. I don't remember.
Is he that old? I know. Sorry, I don't want to infantilize him, but he got popular at a very young age.
Yes. No, you're right. Wasn't he like on YouTube?
But I remember he gave an interview where he expressed like he was really uncomfortable with like a lot of people wanting him to be gay. But by voicing this, people actually got mad at him because it's like, well, what do you think being gay is a bad thing? And he's like, he had to walk like a really fine line between not offending people.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, like, I don't know, to be hit on by people you're not attracted to would be a pretty strange thing.
No, just to be hit on by anyone.
Yeah.
Incessantly would be fucking annoying. I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
It's a great thing. I don't know what that's like.
Could not relate. Okay. Question 12. What superstar infamously had a wardrobe malfunction during...
Janet Jackson.
Okay. I didn't even have to finish the question. Good job, Cristine.
That's my era.
And like, fuck Justin. Why did she take the fall for that?
He's made apologies and there's been shit in the last few years.
Had to apologize a lot. Next question, 13. What one-hit wonder released the 1997 hit song Barbie Girl?
Aqua.
Wow, look at you.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
We're gonna get claimed
Life
now.
in plastic. It's fantastic. That was a preview of like Instagram. We just didn't know it.
They were singing about the Kardashians, I think.
No, they were singing about like our culture, our next new culture to come out in the next 15 years.
That probably is what they were actually singing about.
Mm-hmm.
Question 14. Did Carole Baskin kill her ex-husband, Don Lewis?
What the fuck question is this? I have not seen the evidence. I mean, I watched Tiger King 2, but
We did.
and I don't know, it wasn't very interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't very... Well, the only interesting thing about it is that they uncovered a document from the Department of Homeland Security that seems to suggest that they found her husband was alive and well at some point after he left the United States when she would have supposedly killed him and fed him to tigers.
Right, so it's a possibility, but maybe he died after that, completely unrelated to her.
But
we don't know.
this would suggest that she,
She
didn't kill him.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the conspiracies on this and the people that are so hard on, yes, she absolutely killed him, or no, she absolutely did not. Like, we don't fucking know. Just chill, man.
I'm going to give you a point for that because I think that is the right answer.
Thank you. I didn't know this was like a moral ethics quiz here.
Question 15. Which actress used the word entanglement to describe her straying from her marriage? Entanglement. I was going to give you the name of the husband, but I think it just gives it away.
Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith. Entanglement.
How do you feel about that, Cristine?
I got into just a small little entanglement. We must untie the tangles.
Could you imagine?
My hair's always tangled.
Could you imagine how infuriating it would be if your partner cheated on you and they tried to just like use confusing language to just be like, oh, it was a...
Well, that's just for PR. I don't think she actually said that to
But
him.
like she was saying this in a conversation with him that
But it
they
was
were
a
recording.
publicized-
It was a public
Yeah, so
conversation.
that's PR. I don't know.
But you could just see the look
I'm
on
not
his
saying
face.
that makes
just
it
like,
okay.
how
I'm just
sad.
saying like...
They both seem like crazy. Like I think they're Scientologists, maybe.
They're very
allegedly.
eccentric, but they live very different lives than 99.9% of us. So I don't fucking know what it's like to live in their lives, right?
I guess we don't know them, but like they're... You know, sometimes you'll see threads online of people like who are celebrities that you think are like great people in real life and who do you think are actually just like terrible people? Do you ever think about this? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't think about this. I don't care. Like, whatever. I'm never going to meet them.
But you know what I mean? Sometimes you see like Ellen. Everyone was like,
Okay.
oh, Ellen must be like an incredibly nice person.
Right.
But a lot of people were like, I don't know, something about her seems off. And then she
Yeah.
was like, there were a lot of rumors about her in Hollywood about how she was actually just not a nice person, right?
I know what you mean. And it's always disappointing, especially if you're a fan of someone, to then start to see a different side being unpacked, whether it's just naturally coming out over time, or you're finding issues with things they've done, or other people have come out and said something. We see that in YouTube all the time. Like fans start to lose confidence in certain people when they behave a certain way or they do something different. So, yeah.
So do you have like a celebrity you think you would be like really good friends with in real life that you think would actually be a good person, or like never meet your heroes sort of thing?
I think Kat Dennings would be fun.
Okay.
But like,
That's an
do you
interesting
see
answer.
why and this isn't mean to be an insult, but she's not like super A-list. I have $800 million, and I think I would be more aligned with someone who isn't in that position and could potentially be a fucking bitch. Not that the richest people are always bitches, but I just feel like, I don't know, there's something about her and maybe a modesty, despite the fact that she's obviously a successful actress. Mm-hmm. And I don't fucking know her. I'm basing this off of literally nothing except like her acting and whatever.
Good answer.
What
Okay.
about you?
I don't know.
You just said you thought about this. Who do you want to be friends with then?
I think it's interesting when you find out like celebrities that put on a good face and have good PR are actually like the threads of people talking about celebrities who are like really not nice in real life. I find that more interesting. I'm sure there's plenty of nice celebrities, but like there's some that are just notorious, like Ellen, Gene Simmons. There's people who like it's not hard to find stories of them just being complete assholes.
Yeah.
And it's also just disappointing that people like that get to be in such a privileged position of being famous, right?
It happens.
It happens. Next question.
How many points do I have? Are you recording?
You have 16 points so far. Okay. Before finding fame, Kim Kardashian once worked as an assistant for someone.
Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton?
This is the shit I know.
Is that really what... Like, would she not be famous if it wasn't for that?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's always an unfair thing to suggest to a person, that you would be nothing without having been introduced by some
I'm not
person.
saying she'd be nothing, but like, was that sort of a launching pad for her showing up in like celebrity magazines?
It appears so, yes, because they were often pictured together kind of doing a shtick. And then people started to ask Paris, who's this girl? So yeah, there was some of that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that Kim didn't like then work hard to become famous in her own, you know, whatever. You can judge whoever you want. I'm just saying, like.
Okay.
All right.
17. What is the longest running game show on network television?
Jeopardy?
I like that guess.
Aw, that's not right.
That's not right.
The Price is Right?
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding,
I'm
ding,
going to
ding,
still
ding,
give
ding.
that for you. It's your second guess.
Do-do-do-do.
Who is the host of The Price is Right?
Fuck, do I know? I don't remember.
Name either, the old or new.
Drew Carey?
Yeah, it's now
Yeah.
Drew Carey. It was Bob Barker for like
Okay, yeah, duh.
30 years or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. You're right.
I think Jeopardy is... What is your favorite game show? You don't really watch game shows.
This game.
This game right now.
Love this game right now.
Jeopardy is probably the best game
Yeah,
show.
it's pretty good. I like
Right.
Jeopardy because I learn things. We need more games like that.
Although it is super disappointing to see how they've handled the show since Alex Trebek, who went to school in Ottawa, by the way. Since he passed away, the show, it's been a bit of a shit show in terms of like finding a replacement for him. Have you followed this at all?
No, I do not
'Cause
follow
there's, like-
the politics of Jeopardy.
It's pretty. There's been articles about it because there's a producer who is like sort of orchestrated that he will become the replacement host, even though
Is he like a good host?
well, it's like a conflict, right? Because I guess he was a producer, but he's sort of,
He was waiting for his turn. He was jealous all along.
kind of, and they tested other people who were like fan favorites, but people are suggesting they put them in like an opportunity not to succeed so that this producer could take the job. And then it turns out like he had made some weird comments on a podcast years ago. So I think they use that as an excuse to now remove him. So now I don't even know who the host of Jeopardy is. Like, I think it's partly like not the Big Bang girl. The girl from Blossom, who's actually a pretty well-educated person. Although people also don't like her because I think she might be have some questionable views on vaccines or something. Anyway, so there's like a lot of baggage or sort of controversy around who the next
some
host.
shows will just never be the same
And
after a certain point.
I know, like, you can't just end the show, but like it will never be the same without
Why
your
can't you
Beck.
just end the show?
Maybe you do, but so many people love it and still want to watch it.
Yeah,
And it's
but
like,
if they don't love it in its current iteration, then it's time to go.
Maybe. All right, next question. 18. What actress had roles in both Mean Girls and The Notebook in 2004?
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams, Canadian. Ding, ding, ding. Good job, Cristine. 19. If you get this wrong, I'll never look at you the same again.
What?
What nickname did Patrick Dempsey's character often go by on Grey's Anatomy?
McDreamy.
Yes. How many? Okay.
Did you even know that answer?
Everyone knows McDreamy.
Yeah.
How many because there was McDreamy
And McSteamy.
and McSteamy. Those were the only mix?
Yeah, that's it.
Was there like a McDonald's sponsorship involved in this? Then why is it McDreamy?
I don't know. It just became like a pet name kind of that they would refer to. I don't even know who started that. It could have just been like social media.
It wasn't on did anyone on the show ever say the word McDreamy?
That's a good question. I don't remember now. I feel like it's just so popularized that I don't know if it originated from the show or if the show picked it up from social media and then started using it.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure someone in the comments will Google
know.
it and tell me and be really disappointed that I just can't remember off the top of my head. But
We'll forgive you. Question 20. You're doing really well, by the way.
that's right.
What actor served as the 38th governor of California from
Arnold
2003 to
Schwarzenegger.
2011? Yes.
The only actor I know to go into government politics.
And, that people were talking about him potentially running for president, but I think he can't because he was not born in America. I think there's a rule about
Interesting.
that.
But you can still be the governor?
Yeah, I think he's an American citizen. I think he has his citizenship, but I think there's a rule about having to have been born in America to be the president.
Is that the same
I don't
here?
think I'm making that up. Is that the same?
The same rule here? You have to be born in Canada to be the prime minister?
I don't know.
We don't know. We're Canadian,
We'll
but we
do
don't
a
even know.
Politics quiz next. 21. What was the first released movie that takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
What the fuck? This is not pop culture.
What was the first?
This
That is totally
It's
pop
geek culture. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Like Marvel, as in like, the Iron Man and Spider-Man's, like all that.
Yeah.
Are those both the same universe?
Okay. What was the first one you said?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Came
that
out in 2008.
first?
That was the movie. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
You saw that one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And like they didn't have much of a. The ending of that movie is weird, and I think it's because they kind of ran out of money. Like that movie doesn't have all like the budget and effects that the subsequent Avengers films have.
Okay, so I'm right.
You are
So I get a point.
Iron Man 2008.
Woo!
All right, 22. What is the name of the chain of burger restaurants owned by Mark Wahlberg and his brothers Donnie and Paul?
Wahlburgers.
Wahlburgers. That's pop culture, right?
When I was growing up in high school and people used to make fun of people, because that's just what you do when you're a cruel teenager, people would say to me, why don't you just go make some rotten burgers? Because my last name is Rotenberg, but people can't read or spell and realize that the word rotten has 2 T's, but my last name only has 1, so it's pronounced rote. But despite that fact, they used to say Rottenberger to me all the time.
You still get that by accident sometimes with people
Yeah,
reading
I still
your
like the
name.
dentist will call and say, is this Mrs. Rottenberg? And I'm just like,
Not a very nice sounding.
yes. Obviously, you can't pronounce based on what letters are in front of you. But that's fine. I've dealt with it my whole life.
Is that a pretty unusual name?
I don't think so.
Rotenberg?
Like, it's German.
That German roots?
I am
Yeah.
not German. I think I'm German. Like
Well,
1/8.
the name.
But the
has-
name comes from Germany, and it's Rotenberg, Roten, because Roten means like red hill or something. But why would English people know this? Yeah.
People don't even try
Anyways,
saying my name.
When I saw the Wahlburgers came out, like that's why I remember it. 'Cause
Well, you and Jen should start
the Rottenbergers.
The Rotenbergers.
Rotenberg.
burger
Yeah, all right,
joint.
guys, cancel all my businesses. I'm going into the burger biz.
Can you imagine?
It'll be only in garbage bowls.
I don't like nail polish anymore. Rotenburgers.
Only in garbage bowls. Amazing.
Well, that's okay. All right, 23. How many of Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriends can you name? And bonus points if you can name any songs about those relationships.
I'm going to fail at part 2, but
There's a lot of opportunity for
Taylor
points here.
Lautner
There's one.
from Twilight. Jacob.
Werewolf boy.
Yes.
He married a person with the same name as him.
He married
I think he just got engaged or married to someone also named Taylor.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
cool.
a woman named Taylor.
And he used to date Taylor Swift.
Oh, she was also a Taylor.
Yeah.
He only dates people named Taylor, I guess.
Same with me. I only
Maybe he
date
can only
bands.
remember one name.
I only date
so-
bands.
Okay. Well, you don't only date people named Cristine.
Yeah, good point.
All right, Taylor Lautner.
Okay. John Mayer.
There's another.
Fuck, I'm drawing a blank.
It's okay.
There's so many, I know, but like
so many.
no. I mean, there's so many famous ones.
there is a Wikipedia page for this.
There's probably like a few popular people that I'm definitely blanking on. I don't remember.
I mean, okay. Is that your? Are we done?
I only have 2.
You know, only 2. There's a
Wait,
very
no.
recent one
The
that was
recent one.
controversial.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
though.
Gyllenhaal. Okay, you at least got the 3.
Okay.
People are very mad at him.
Okay.
Do you want to? We don't want to get into that.
I don't fucking know. Who am I missing?
You were missing Harry Styles, Calvin Harris, Tom Hiddleston.
Calvin Harris. I remember that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
was fucking
Didn't
weird.
she like write his most popular song? And I think he didn't. He was like insecure about that or something.
Yes. Yeah. How could
Yeah.
I forget that one? Tom Hiddleston. I remember that.
And she's with some guy now who like
Yeah.
some actor, right?
a quiet guy.
Yeah, maybe that's good. So any songs?
All of them.
Oh,
I don't know.
she gets a lot of crap for like writing songs about ex-boyfriends, but a lot of people write songs about their life, right?
Yeah.
I know, like, it's the celebrity machine of these people now getting like death threats because they dated her for 3 months. That's stupid, and I think even her fans should like acknowledge that that's dumb.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
for
I
her to, I think it's well within her right to be able to write music drawing from her own personal experiences. In
yeah,
life.
that's fine so long as it doesn't result in the personal attack of an individual that's unwarranted. That's all. Just like with any music. You know,
But is
it's
that in
fine.
her control if she has like a crazy fan base that just does that? There's a gray area here.
Yeah,
I think,
I know what you mean. It's tough. It is very complicated.
Don't want to offend any Swifties here. All right, 24. What is the term for an Instagram account made so that the user can post images and interact with other accounts in a more private way?
A Finsta.
A Finsta.
I learned about that.
Correct. When did you learn
I
about
still don't
that?
understand it. Is it a different app?
Oh, you do- okay? You don't understand it. No,
No?
it's not it. No, it's just you make another account.
Oh, it's code for like a burner account.
It's a fake Instagram
But it's
account.
still like an account on Instagram.
Yeah,
I
and-
thought it was another app when people were like on my Finsta, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't have that. But
No, I might be completely wrong. My understanding is like someone would just make another account that is just a way of them interacting with like just their very close circle of people.
so it's not like an alt account.
I guess you could
Or it
call
could
that an
be like
alt account.
Like some streamers have like alt streams where they stream and they like don't tell everyone when they're doing it there. Is that kind of the spirit of a Finsta?
Kind of. I don't know.
Teach me comments.
Be whatever you want.
Should I start a Finsta
But there's that
or
really
an alt stream?
yeah, secret channel, right? There was that famous clip though recently of like they've been having a lot of hearings on social media, tech monopolies, things like that. And there have been, you're probably thinking of that famous clip where like a politician is asking an executive at Facebook if they will promise to end like the practice of people creating Finstas.
Really?
Remember what he like? It was.
I don't know.
It's like some 80-year-old politician who like doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, will you promise to end Finstas?
Did he mean like people creating secondary accounts? Is that was his actual intent, or did he mean like?
No, but the problem is he's an idiot and he doesn't even know what a
means.
Finsta is. But he's asking if a Facebook exec will promise to stop them.
I mean, is his goal just to prevent people from making secondary accounts that are designed to be deceptive?
I guess so, but he probably just had someone write him a letter being like my
say
teenage daughter used a Finsta to talk to boys online, and it's wrong.
I feel like there's a whole bunch of nuances to Finstas that I don't appreciate because it's not a culture I'm like, what? But I can absolutely see room for abuse, but then I see reasons why people want to have secondary accounts too, like that aren't bad reasons.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of interesting debate to be had around how much anonymity you should expect online if you're using accounts to harass people, for example.
Yeah, that's obviously a part of abuse that's not cool.
But like to have these politicians debating how to regulate big tech when they don't even understand.
Someone should make a compilation of that. I feel like it'd be a really entertaining video.
It's depressing, really. It's funny for a few minutes and then you're like, holy shit.
Fuck, they have control of our lives.
These are the people making the laws about this. And they're like, Google, can you track me right now because I'm holding my phone? And he's like just in general, like, are you using an app that tracks location services? But like these people don't understand it on that level at all. It's just like big tech is tracking me, and they don't
appreciate like aggregate level stuff or the purpose, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess you can't expect your politicians to be experts in every thing, and that's
most
why
of them aren't even data people, so even trying to explain the purpose of the analytics and how they're used will kind of go over their heads.
So I think it's a problem with people don't like trust experts. There's been like a real decline of deference, I guess you could say, to just referring to expertise on certain things. People don't trust that. But like really, like politicians who know nothing about tech should be able to refer to people who actually understand technology to help inform policy and regulatory decisions. But I just feel like there's no willingness to do that.
Well, there's some things like technology that becomes harder to learn the older you get. So I'm not really surprised that they're just like, I can't fucking understand that. Fuck that shit.
We'll be like that one day.
Yeah.
All right, Cristine, 25. What is Batman's real name?
I was going to say Robert Pattinson.
He is the next Batman.
Or Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck was the most recent Batman.
Yeah.
Wow, I should have just asked you to name every actor who played Batman. Who else?
I think there's older people, but I don't remember.
Christian Bale.
Duh, that was the best one.
Really good one.
The best one.
Do you know his Batman voice?
Oh, I can't do it.
Where is he?
Okay, shut up. Sorry, audio listeners. Sorry. What was his real name? I don't know. Probably something really mundane. Not Peter Parker. That was Spider-Man. Why are you laughing? I don't know his real name.
Okay, Batman or Superman, the two biggest...
Why not Spider-Man? Peter Parker. I win.
Why, you're a Spider-Man fan?
I don't know. It's just the easiest one to remember because it's an alliteration.
Okay. I will accept your
logic. Is
logic.
Batman's name an alliteration?
No. It starts with a B, though.
Bruce.
And it's not Ben. Bruce. Bruce who?
Not Willis. Bruce. I don't remember the last name.
You're close. It's the W was right. Not Bruce Willis.
I don't remember. Weinstein? No, wait, that's bad. No.
It's Wayne.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce
fuck.
Wayne Industries.
Yeah, fuck.
Rich Daddy. I saw my parents get killed.
Okay.
Yeah. Good try, though. You were really close on that.
Not Bruce Willis.
Not Bruce Willis.
I get 1 point. Half a point.
You want half a point?
I want half a point.
Okay.
Let the record show.
0.5. All right. There's only 2 questions left.
Okay.
What is the name of Elon Musk and Grimes' baby?
The nickname is X. The full name is
I will accept
a string of characters.
If you could
AE, the Roman numerals 2 or something, and then some like fucking exponents, I believe, are in the name.
So it's X, the combined AE.
AE, yeah.
A-12.
12.
And apparently the AE is pronounced ash. So it's X-ash A12.
That's not how it's pronounced in French when you group A and E.
Well, we're not speaking French over
What
here.
language are they speaking? I don't know.
Robot.
But like X
Robot.
was the nickname that they referred to it. And I got the AE. So
I'm going to give you a point for that because that's kind of, I'm surprised
no one would
you
have
knew
known
that
the
at
full
all.
answer unless it was Matt.
I don't even know if that's a legal name. Can you actually just name your kid random
Symbols that aren't the traditional alphabet? I don't know.
Yeah, who
It
gets
probably
to decide
depends
that?
on the
Whatever
country.
state or
Yeah, it's probably the country or the state that gives you a set list of characters from which you may choose. I don't think numbers are in those options, but I could be wrong.
So I know you detest the very idea of having a baby.
Okay.
But if you were to have a baby, if a baby were to appear in this room,
I would run.
on the table there was just a baby all of a sudden,
Something would be very wrong.
and we were locked in the room, you couldn't run away. Like, we're going to have to refer to that baby as something. We're not just going to say baby. Hey, baby. What would you want to call the baby?
Isn't it weird that we call people, often significant others, baby?
Yes.
It's weird, guys.
we don't do that.
We don't do that, but just generally in society, people go, "Hey, baby." You don't do that.
Do people do that a lot?
Yeah. It's weird.
Okay. I mean, we have weird pet names for each other. I just think it should be more unique to like you and your relationship.
Yeah,
but they're equally
not
embarrassing.
Baby. It's fucking weird. Okay.
What are you naming a baby?
Menchie.
But Menchie the cat would be so
Menchie
confused.
is my baby. Or Zyler.
Someone out there is going to name their actual baby Menchie now.
It's a wonderful name. Little Mench.
Okay. That's a good answer. I like the name Seven.
7?
It works for a boy or a girl. Nobody steal it.
Okay.
All right, last question. Question 27.
Wait, do I get a point on that one? Like, was that even a question?
No, that wasn't part of the quiz.
So why are you asking me?
What would you name your baby? Is that pop culture?
Okay.
All right, last question. Who made history by being the first male to appear solo on the cover of Vogue magazine?
Harry Styles.
Ding, ding, ding. Look at you, Cristine.
Can't ignore that on Twitter.
You did very well. Because of the multiple point system we have here,
Yeah.
you have 29.5 points out of 27 questions.
Wait, what? You mean I surpassed expectations?
You
I am
absolutely
the queen of pop culture? Princess?
You are the hollow queen.
Damn.
Tea.
So
Tea
wait,
queen.
what do I win? Tea?
You win tea. I will go make you some tea now.
I mean, you would have made it if I lost to console me, but I will accept this prize. Thank you, Ben.
It's not a very meaningful award if you would have gotten it the other way, but you did well. Good job.
I feel bad in some of my responses because I know I'm going to get roasted in the comments for not knowing some things that you just expect me to know. But let me remind you, listeners and viewers,
Tell us.
that when you're on the spot, because I didn't know what he was going to ask, it's very easy to forget things that, like, if you just quickly Googled, you'd be like, the fuck? Obviously, I knew that.
No, I don't think you embarrassed yourself at all. But you make a good point too, right? Like if you walk up to someone and you go like, tell me a woman's name. And like you put them on the
can't.
spot, it's like you just don't know what to say.
Yeah. I didn't study for this quiz either.
I didn't study and we
And
didn't
studying
cheat.
always helps.
No cheating
Yeah.
here.
No cheating.
No,
Can't
you
see
did.
your
You got
laptop.
over 100%, Cristine.
And I'm still making excuses for my failures, right?
You did well. We could totally do this again sometime, maybe.
But wait, how did you come up with these questions?
I just pulled from random
So,
websites.
Is there more websites to pull from for something similar?
Oh,
could
yeah,
you
you
make
could-
it more like Gen Z to see if I know like what's cool now?
Yeah, I tried to do like sort of a mix, but there's definitely a bias of things that I just like.
You thought were interesting.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like you would never know the answer to who's the older sister, Charlie or Dixie.
Charlie.
No.
Dixie.
It's Dixie. There's only one other option, man. But I'm just saying, like,
It's probably a good thing I don't know that, right?
Questions in that domain, I think, is more
Well,
challenging.
you want to do a TikTok quiz?
Well, no,
It would
not
just be
TikTok.
us like looking blankly at a screen for an hour.
I think I know more.
About TikTok?
Yeah. Than I used to.
I think you're a TikTok.
Okay, all right, everyone. happy Taco Tuesday. This was fun. Maybe we can do this quiz again. Maybe I quiz you guys. Comment down below what I could quiz Ben about.
Anything but TikTok.
Maybe like beauty stuff. I don't know.
Beauty. Please don't.
I'm just trying to
That's
pick.
just asking for trouble.
I'm just trying to. Okay, maybe not. I'm just trying to pick something that like we don't expect him to be an expert on. So comment down below.
There's a lot to choose from then.
Shut up.
Thank you everyone for tuning in.
Guess what tomorrow is?
It's the first of the 12 days of Christmas with no H.
It's Christmas with no H. Because that's how we celebrate.
And on the 12th day of Christmas, Cristine and Jen are opening Rottenburgers. New franchise.
On the 12th day of Christmas, Holo gave to me. You will see.
Follow Holo Taco socials to find out.
Yeah, Holo Taco's doing a different thing, said purposely vaguely, every day for 12 days starting tomorrow, December 1st. So follow the Holo at Holo Taco.
Follow the Holo. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that. Cristine, you did great. You did great, baby.
Shut up. I hate you. I have learned more, and I realize which areas I need to study more in.
You don't need to study.
Taylor Swift songs, apparently. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching.
See
We'll see
y'all
y'all
later.
later. Bye.